Have you ever noticed how fear settles into the body long before it reaches the mind? It rarely begins with a clear thought. Instead, it arrives as a flutter behind the ribs, a tightening in the throat, or a heaviness in the chest that makes breathing feel like work. We often try to reason our way out of these sensations, as if logic could persuade a racing heart to slow down. But fear doesn't speak the language of logic. It speaks the language of survival, whispering that the world is fragile and that we are even more fragile within it. We spend so much energy trying to build walls against the unknown, yet fear slips through the smallest cracks. Maybe what we're really longing for is a way to breathe again without the weight of "what if" pressing down on us. If you've ever scanned the horizon for trouble or felt dread on a perfectly ordinary afternoon, you're not alone. Seeking comfort is a holy impulse. And today, as we look at Bible verses about anxiety and fear, we're reaching for a different kind of hand to hold. There is quiet courage in admitting we're afraid. Honesty is often the first step toward a peace that doesn't require us to be invincible. We treat fear like an unwelcome guest, forgetting that, at its core, fear is simply a part of us trying very hard to keep us safe. It's an alarm system that doesn't know how to turn itself off. Acknowledging fear doesn't give it power. It simply lets us hear the noise for what it is. And by sitting with these ancient words, we practice listening to a deeper truth, one that tells us that while the world may be uncertain, we are held by a love that has seen every shadow and remained unshaken. The Apostle Paul wrote to a young friend named Timothy, offering words that have traveled across centuries to meet us in our trembling. In 2 Timothy 1:7, he says, "For God hath not given us the spirit of fear, but of power, and of love, and of a sound mind." Paul doesn't say fear will never visit us. He doesn't say we're failing when we feel it. Instead, he suggests that fear is not our inheritance. The word spirit implies a deep, animating force, the wind that fills our sails. Paul is saying that the wind meant for us is one that empowers rather than paralyzes. A sound mind is a mind that has found its center again after being tossed by the storm. It's a reminder that our thoughts don't have to be our masters, and that strength is available to us that doesn't come from frantic self-protection, but from a steadier source. Think of a well-worn chair in a quiet corner of a home, the kind of chair that has held people through grief and celebration. At first, a chair is just furniture, but over time, the fabric softens, the cushions remember the shape of the person who sits there, and the chair becomes a place of rest. It doesn't demand that you sit perfectly or arrive with your life in order. It simply offers a sturdy place to be held. Our faith can be like that chair. It's built to hold the fullness of our human experience, including the trembling parts. We don't have to wait until we feel brave to lean into the power and love Paul describes. We can bring our shaking selves to the seat of grace and let mercy take the weight off our tired legs. Just as a chair supports us physically, these words support us spiritually, allowing us to stop living on our tiptoes in constant alert. We were never meant to stand forever. In modern life, this might look like turning off the news when you realize your jaw has been clenched for 20 minutes. It might be stepping outside to notice the sky, remembering that the clouds move at their own pace regardless of your deadlines. It might be taking 3 deep breaths before answering an email that feels like a threat. When we turn to Bible verses about anxiety and fear, we are not looking for a spell to make the world stop being scary. We're looking for permission to be small and reassurance that we are cared for by something immeasurably large. We're practicing the art of returning to ourselves, reminding our nervous systems that in this exact moment, we are breathing, we are safe, and we are not abandoned. The sound mind Paul speaks of is a gift we can open right now, even in the middle of the mess. It's the quiet confidence that we have what we need for the next few minutes, and that the next few minutes are enough. Here's a deeper truth we often miss. Fear is frequently a distorted form of care. We fear because we love our families, our health, our work, our lives. The goal isn't to stop caring. It's to learn a way of caring that doesn't keep us in a constant state of emergency. Being human is inherently vulnerable, and that's okay. Something shifts when we realize fear doesn't get the final word on who we are or what our future holds. Fear can be a passenger in the car without being the driver. We can acknowledge its presence without handing it the steering wheel. That realization is the beginning of real freedom. This brings us to a promise in Isaiah 41:10. Fear thou not, for I am with thee. Be not dismayed, for I am thy God. I will strengthen thee, yea, I will help thee, yea, I will uphold thee with the right hand of my righteousness. The word dismayed means to look around in confusion or terror. That frantic scanning we do when we don't know where the next blow is coming from. But the verse offers an antidote, the presence of a steady hand. The promise isn't that circumstances will vanish, but that we will be upheld as we walk through them. It's the promise of a companion who knows the way through the dark. Consider the architecture of a sturdy door hinge. It's small, often unnoticed, yet it carries the entire weight of the door as it swings open and shut. Without the hinge, the door is just a heavy barrier. The hinge allows movement while keeping the door connected to the frame. Our relationship with the divine is like that hinge. We may swing wide with emotion or slam shut in self-protection, but the hinge holds us to something solid. It's the upholding Isaiah describes, a structural integrity that doesn't depend on our strength, but on the one who holds us, even when we feel ourselves swinging wildly in the winds of uncertainty. We remain attached to the foundation. We see this in the parent who sits quietly with a crying child, offering presence instead of solutions. We see it in the friend who stays on the phone while you wait for medical results. These are glimpses of what it means to be upheld. Bible verses about anxiety and fear remind us that this holding is woven into the nature of the universe, the gravity of grace that keeps us from drifting into the abyss of our worries. When we lean into this reality, our hands slowly unclench. We begin to handle the day one task at a time instead of carrying the weight of the entire year. We learn to trust the support already beneath us. As we close these reflections, may you feel your life becoming a little lighter as you share it with the one who promised to uphold you. We've moved from the trembling inside us to the steady hand beside us, and I hope you find a moment of stillness in between. May these words sit with you like a warm cup of tea on a cold morning, offering comfort to the places frozen by dread. Your fear is not a sign of weakness. It is a sign of your humanity, the very humanity God chose to inhabit. Let yourself be held today. May you find a quiet space where fear no longer has to shout. May the strength of a sound mind return like a familiar friend. May you notice the small ways you are upheld, in your breath, in the ground, beneath your feet. May you trust that the hand holding yours is steady and kind. May you wake tomorrow with enough light for just the next step.